Here's another singer that my friend Elizabeth from The Charismatic Voice said I had to check out. Given that she contributed vocals to Frozen 2, I'm guessing this is quite a bit different than the last recommendation that came from Elizabeth and Will Ramos. But Elizabeth has good taste and hasn't steered me wrong yet. And given that Aurora was 11 when she wrote this song, I have an 11-year-old son who's quite the musician and starting to write his own music as well. So I feel like I already have a bit of a relationship with this artist.
I was listening to the ocean. I saw a face in the sand, but when I picked it up, then it vanished away from my hands. And I had a dream I was 7, climbing my way in a tree. I saw a piece of heaven waiting in patience for me.
That's a dark and mystical vibe for someone to write at 11. Although the arrangement, which is amazing, those lower harmonies coming in at the beginning, the electric drum pad. This also has a very campfire sound to it, even though the arrangement doesn't suggest that. I can tell that this is going to be a song that would work well with a couple acoustic guitars accompanying her around a very intimate campfire setting. It'll be interesting to see how it develops from here. And I want to go back and point out some key vocal nuances that make her voice so magnetic.
I was listening to the ocean.
Listening to the ocean. Her dynamics, the way she shrinks and grows notes, is really sophisticated. Listen for that in the midst of some of these other articulations.
I saw a face in the sand, but when I picked
That wonderful sand, wonderful intentional slide, which is juxtaposed with
I saw a face in the sand, but when I picked it up, then it vanished away from my hands. And
so she has this legato, and then she's also got very intentional, abrupt or hard onsets. She switches up her phrasing and her vocal approach so many times in the very beginning of this song. It creates lyricism without lyrics. She's clearly saying words, but the way she articulates almost brings you into another place entirely. If you'd like to learn how to do what Aurora is doing with her voice, pulling from all these different dynamics and emotions and freely exploring different types of sounds, click the link below and join my free voice course, and I'll help you pull things out of your voice you never knew were possible. You can find the link in the description or the pinned comment.
I had a dream I was 7.
And I think she's entered into that other place. You can see the way she's moving. She's fully engaged in this moment that they're creating and has removed herself from herself.
Climbing my way in a tree, I saw a piece of heaven waiting in patience for me.
Waiting! That really intentional flip up into her head register, that reminds me a bit of Bjork. I hear a little bit of Bjork in her.
Of heaven waiting in patience for me.
Very agile as well.
And I was running far away. Would I even love the world someday? Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
That That was a neat head voice flip too. On nose.
Someday, nobody knows, nobody knows. I was dancing in the rain, I felt in love and I can't complain. But no, take me home where I belong. I can't take it anymore.
Some of them are so subtle. I love the little flips. Listen to this one again.
Belong. I can take it anymore.
On I.
Me home where I belong. I can take it.
On the vowel change, I. Right after that slide, this brings up something that's key for any singer to realize. Your head voice is not just there for notes you can't reach in your chest voice. You hear her articulating in and out of her head voice constantly, subtly, not so subtly. It's an artistic move here. If we begin to think about our head voice as a way to create motion with our voice and not just, oh, I can't hit that note in full voice, we will be far more interesting and far less plowing. We will actually find that it's easier to enter into this character state with our voices when we're able to be playful between our two registers. Sorry, I have to stop it again. Listen to how she grew that note and moved the resonance around. Ugh!
I can take it anymore.
Small. More small, focused forward, raspy. Her closure is loose. And then she throws the resonance back and makes it a bit more nasal. So cool. Another thing that a lot of singers who are trying to be good won't do because I don't want to mess with my tone. Mess with your tone. Mess with all ways to let sound come out with your face. Direct it through your nose, direct it through your mouth. This is what makes her so interesting and compelling from a vocal standpoint.
I was painting a picture. The picture was a painting of you, and for a moment I thought you were here, but then again it wasn't true. And all this time I have been lying.
That was cool. Listen to how she sighed into that section.
But then again it wasn't true. And all this time.
And all. Great singers sigh a lot.
And all this time I have
lightens it up.
Lying in secret to myself. I've been putting sorrow on the forest place on my shelf. Da-dee-da. And
so many subtle flips into her head voice there. Wow. She's very accurate and intentional while she is free and removed and fully immersed in the story and the experience of this song. That's really hard to do. It's hard to be precise and intentional while you're abandoned.
The moment I thought you were here, but then again, it wasn't true. And all this time I have been lying, lying in secret to myself.
So, try that with your own voice. Sing a note and then go just one, like self, a whole step or half step up and see if you can change from your chest voice to your head voice. Self. It feels cool.
Lying in secret to myself. I've been putting sorrow on the forest place on my shelf. Da-dee-da. And I was looking for would I run off the world someday? Nobody knows. I was dancing in the rain. I felt in love and I can't complain. But no, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. Oh, take me home
she's on the very edge of a belong. There's this brightness and an edginess to her voice that comes and goes as she flips in and out of her head voice. But also, when she tends to add vocal weight, she also tends to almost honk a little bit. Belong. No, it's belong. Belong. And the contrast that she's creating vocally, she's also displaying with her body language. I've talked about this a lot. The mark of a great singer is someone who can get their whole body involved with the performance. That's not tension. It's only tension if your body is keeping you from getting fully involved in the performance. If your hands are moving and you're gesturing and your face is doing all sorts of things that wear the emotions of what you're saying and communicating on your face and in your body, this actually creates opportunities for your voice to follow your body. Your body encourages more expression and playfulness to come out of your voice. You want to be dynamic with your tone and your resonance and your placement. You want to be free to approach notes that you never dreamed you would be able to approach. Move, immerse yourself in the experience of the song with your whole body. Don't believe me? Watch the iconic singers like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, any of those singers, Aretha Franklin. They are all so fully immersed in their performance. And certainly that list is very limited. There's tons of singers that do this. She's doing an equally great job of immersing herself in the experience.
Take me home where I belong. I can't take it anymore. But I kept running for a soft place to fall. And I kept running.
Hear how she's singing on the very edge of her breath? Oh, oh. She's not only lightened up, it's like, listen to the exits from these notes.
Oh, and I kept running for.
There's like a slight air dump at the end. That's a really neat, subtle articulation.
Oh, and I kept running for a soft place to fall.
There she cut it off, though.
And I kept running for a soft place to fall.
She grew in that brashness that I was talking about earlier. It's almost like this. If you were to isolate just that one note, you might go, oh, that's some interesting tone. But it's because she's surrounding it with all these other dynamics and placements that it works so well. Ooh, cool.
A soft place to fall, and I kept running.
Man.
For a soft place to fall.
It works and thrives because it is so dynamic. She's not locking herself into any one type of tone. You hear so many singers, I just got to find the right tone for this song. Is my vocal tone okay? Well, great vocal tone is dynamic and constantly changing, like we see her doing.
And I was running far away. Would I run off the world someday? Oh, take me home where I belong. I got no other place to go. Oh, take me home.
Take! Here she enters into that with that sigh at the beginning.
I belong. I got no other place to go. No, take me home where I belong. No, take me home where I belong. No, take me home.
No! I'm not trying to sound like Aurora. I'm merely trying to put her energy, a little bit of it, into my own voice and be inspired by what she's doing. It's pretty incredible. All the little subtleties that you wouldn't really notice unless you spent time unpacking like this.
Oh, no, no.
She breathes into no. It's not just no, no. It's no, no. It's just desperation sighing in and out of it with
Take me home, home where I belong. Oh, no, no, no. Take me home, home where I belong. I can't take it anymore.
What struck me most towards the end there is her phenomenal use of breath. Her support is fantastic. That's how she can get so dynamic, loud, quiet, all these different approaches with her voice. But she has this way of attaching breath to the exits of her notes, where it might start a bit more pure vocal engagement, but she has this breathy sheen over it. It's really hard to put into words. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for recommending Aurora. This will not be the last video I will check out from her. And again, if you'd like to get the foundation down so that you can be free with your voice and explore all that it has to offer from a creative standpoint, click the link below and join my free voice course. You can find it in the video description or the pinned comment.